To hear that you've been diagnosed with cancer is a life-changing experience. Your world stops in that moment, and you have a difficult time focusing on anything else. I actually was told here at work, because I had my breast biopsy done over on the east side of Greenville, and we're here in Easley. And I was just so confident that there would be nothing wrong with my biopsy that I didn't go back as a patient would normally do, go back to the breast center to receive their results. And so the breast health navigator at St. Francis came out to my office at lunch the next day and gave me the results, because she knew that she couldn't do that over the phone. When I first learned of my diagnosis, I first told my husband, and it was extremely difficult, but I think the harder part was letting my two daughters know. I have two daughters, 14 and 17. They are such bright, beautiful girls. And they were obviously very, very upset. And they wanted to know, what's next? What's going to happen to you, Mom? After the initial breast cancer diagnosis was made, I had an MRI, and that MRI showed several other areas in both my breasts, actually, that were of concern. And so I had to have several more biopsies. After it was determined that there was just the cancer just in the one breast, I then underwent a mastectomy. There was concern that the cancer had spread into my lymph nodes, and so I had what's called an axillary dissection, and that's just a doctor's fancy term for saying a bunch of lymph nodes need to be taken out of your armpit. And so I had that done as well. By the grace of God, nothing had spread to my lymph nodes. And so after that surgery, and I did have reconstruction with that surgery, I did not have to undergo any chemo or radiation. As far as the journey through that time, my office isn't a phenomenal place to work. There's no other way to say that. And there were lots of times when I had to be gone, and it's tough when a doctor's not here or an employee's not here. So people just picked up the slack, and then that's what happens here. My family picks up the slack at home. My family picks up the slack here. And I knew that when I was out, that my patients would be well taken care of. My outlook on life is still one of being very positive. That hasn't changed. And I don't worry about reoccurrence. Not much, I'll have to be honest. I don't. I know that God has given me every day. And so I live each day for what He's given me.